I think if you're really bad at meditating like I am, the key to actually making it happen for real. This is one strategy that may work for you, which is meditate like once a week. Don't do it once a day. Maybe once every 2 weeks. But probably like once a week. Because then you can reflect on your last one. Then it's not too much. Because I'm an overthinker, it's too much for me. Literally, like this morning, I was beating myself up over the last meditation stream. I'm like, I'm rambling. This is stupid. The things I'm saying, I don't even know if are true. I don't even know if they're true or not. I'm speaking pointlessly in that one. But then I'm like, if I'm gonna beat myself up over it, I'm not gonna have the motivation to continue. Really, it's as everyone says, consistency is what does it. And everyone knows that, but then nobody makes the connection. I guess people do, but nobody actively meditates on the very clear-cut connection there, which is like, do the things that make it easy. Do what makes it fun for you. Don't ruin it for you if you want to keep doing it forever. If you want something to be integrated into your lifestyle, make it enjoyable. And that really is like that's the lesson of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you think about it. That's so stupid. I'm still in a bit of that creative mode right now. I have about 50 to 60% right now. A little more than average, slightly more. But it's fluctuating. But in the first 2 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, of course there needed to be set up, but in the first 2, it had already been established of like, the way they were living was no way to live. Even if they were surviving, Aang brought them fun. Fun creates games. Games creates people who learn to value the journey rather than destination. And that creates good people who deserve to succeed. It's not just about, oh, can our nation take over? Does your nation, does your family deserve to continue? Do they deserve to not be wiped out? That's like a really harsh way of putting it, but I mean, that's what nature does. Nature is harsh, even without any controversial human thing that could get me canceled if I talk about it. Even without all that. And all the way through the series, they constantly brought this idea back that fun, playing games for fun rather than for winning, is what is the root of empathy. It's how you unite nations. You could say that in the real world too. That's how you unite nations. You take soldiers and you say, instead of playing with guns, play with a ball. I don't know where I'm going with this, but that one didn't feel pointless. That ramble. It's something I wish I could remind others of, though. And of myself, of course. I'm not going to act like I'm completely above that. But I've been blessed. I've been blessed to have this idea integrated into my life that my life should be set up in a way where it's a game, where it's fun. And a lot of people, they do what they got to do to get rich and things like that, and they neglect the fun, and they're miserable. I mean, what other word is there to describe a life that's not fun? It's pretty common sense when you actually think about it. Going into some profession that you don't like so that you can make a whole bunch of money, it's common sense to not do that. Yet so many people do. I wish I had a more effective way of communicating that to people. Because I'm going to be realistic here. Realistically, if people watch this meditation stream, which I feel like some people might, it's not going to be that many. And there's going to be very few people that actually hear what I'm saying right now. This message that I'm trying to convey. I mean, everybody already knows the message. People are just weak. Yeah, I'm at 60% creativity. These are not meditations, bro. These are streams of consciousness. But whatever. I need to quiet my mind. But it will not happen right now. It will not happen right now. And I shouldn't beat myself up over not being able to make it happen right now. There's a time and place where I need to have my mind quieted. Or silenced. I don't know if quieted is a word. Quieted is a word. There's something I need to work on though. But it's a waste of time for me to make these kinds of meditation streams in my moments of hyperactivity. I like this kind of lighting right now. It's too much light, but still I like it. This is a really stupid setup I have going on right here. This battery died because I left my camera plugged in and it drains power from it. It's the best setup I can do right now. But yeah, I have this camera plugged into the wall behind me. It's annoying to have a cable running through that. I wanted it to just stay clean. It's gonna be clean. I'm gonna unplug this after this and then get into the habit of actually unplugging my camera when I'm not using it. Okay, well, I got a lot to do. A lot to do today. And I'm calm. I don't need to hype myself up. I feel as though today will be a very productive day. I'm like 70% sure. %70. Crazy how little control I have compared to how much control I want over this. Four things in life you should take seriously: the creation of life, the destruction of life, your thoughts during post-nut clarity, and your your income for your essential needs. Making a living. So, this is just what defines life. Survival, which is making a living. Growth, which is taking your high level thoughts and actually taking them seriously and considering them and going into like letting that guide you in your life. So growth. Birth and death. So procreation. So if something procreates, it survives, like it consumes, and it grows. That self-replicating process, that is life. Or, I mean, it's how many scientists define life. But that's what you should take seriously. The necessary things in order to be considered alive. I guess when you word it like that, it becomes pretty obvious. You should take that seriously, yeah. But pretty much everything else, I mean, you can take anything seriously, but it'll just make you less happy doing it. Those are the four things I could think of right now. That's a really cool, I should clip that. It's an interesting piece of wisdom. Interesting little connection. I'm not going to clip that. I have it in my head. I'll probably talk about it more as time goes on. Maybe not though. That feels like that feels like a solid thought that I just let out. Oof, I'm at 70% creativity now. It's because I'm trying to end this. It's because I'm putting a time limit on my, like I'm trying to go like, all right, do I have any final thoughts? No. Okay, then let me close the camera. But I keep having final thoughts. I have to learn to control this, so I can take those four things more seriously. I have to master those, taking those moments seriously in those moments. And right now I should be working on surviving, consumption, earning a living, getting my tokens that let me buy food so I don't starve. That's what I got to focus on. Specialization really is for insects. People should be casual in most things in life. I guess your health is another thing to take seriously. Survival. But then your health also translates into procreation as well. All right, well, this was a good meditation thing, actually. Seriously. I'm having meditative, mindful moments. I noticed that from the previous streams that I did. As stupid as what I'm doing right now probably looks, honestly. I like this. I like what I'm doing right now. And I feel like I want to keep doing it. That makes me feel good. I want to keep doing this. And it's improving things. I'm remembering things better. I'm like, if you're watching like motivation porn, whatever, like scrolling, it doesn't work because there's too much stimulation. Too much stimulation creates this self-fulfilling prophecy that no one bit of stimulation is ever actually enough to really do it for you. So you consume more, but consuming more is a trap because then it all becomes more diluted in itself, and each instance of motivation is less effective because you have to accommodate for so much more. But it's like, I'll see a motivational thing and it'll hit me way, way, way harder now. It's like I have more free will to decide what things I consider important. And when I consider something important, the rest of my brain also considers it important, so I remember it better. It's like, you know how, this is not a problem I've had, but I hear a lot of people have this problem of like, oh, they're studying, they're cramming the stuff the night before, and then they go to the test and they forget everything. I've heard that so many times. And I feel as though I may have experienced something similar, but not that I can remember with any. My mind feels lost right there. Maybe it's repressed, but you know how if you're scrolling, 3 TikToks later, you don't remember what you saw 3 TikToks ago. You don't remember it. It doesn't stick. It's sticking now. It's almost like you can't do anything without it's almost like it's the make or break for everything, actually. Not meditation, mindfulness. It's like you're literally a waste of energy if you are doing without cumulatively more thinking. That whole, when people say like, oh, think before you act. No, you don't have to think before you act. You have to think more cumulatively throughout your entire life than you act throughout your entire life. Just think just a little more. Because otherwise you will be doing, but you will have no direction of where you're going. You could be doing things that are destructive to you. This is actually common sense. A lot of people think I'm smart because of the way that I articulate things. I'm really not. Genuinely, I'm stupid. Genuinely, I'm breaking down things that are common sense. But then again, it's like, of what use is your intelligence if you can't act on any of it? Yeah. There's no reason to meditate if I don't enjoy it. I have to enjoy it so I can keep doing it. Because if it's important, then that's what I should do for it. I should accommodate it into my life in a way that I enjoy it. Because if I don't meditate or something to keep me mindful throughout the day, then it actually is a wasted day. Truly. It honestly is a wasted day. And there aren't enough days in my life to waste anymore. If I don't make this shit happen now, I'm not stressed about it. About being serious and doing what I gotta do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen. If anyone can make it happen, I can make it happen. I'm that fucking guy, bro. VPN, marketing, meeting new people, exploring new places, getting rich, family tree app, learning to be friends with my family, learning to reconnect with people, filling my life with people who love me, who I can give love to. Wow. I'm lined up. It's like I have an alley-oop. All I have to do is just put it in. It's very possible for me to do these things. It's possible. It's possible. It's starting to seem like a bit of a struggle. Okay. I'm spending way too much time thinking about how I'm going to organize the day. It's better to just do it. I have a lot to do, but I know exactly what to do. And I'm thinking, like, I'm reevaluating things. Let me stick to the original point that I was thinking about in my head. I know I'm saying all this out loud and you have no context of what I was actually thinking about, but speaking out loud helps me think, helps me focus my thoughts. So this is my conflict. I know I can be successful if I make a deal with the devil, basically. If I go into debt. Fuck. That's actually what debt is. It is choosing, in instead of being humble within your advantages in life, within your opportunities, you're choosing to take advantage of them unfairly in ways that others cannot. Debt is the separating factor between the extremes. And the more debt people are allowed to take, the more debt they're comfortable going into, the further people will be separated class-wise. So it shouldn't be like a normalized thing that people just do, that everyone just considers like, oh, it's just totally normal. I know if I go into debt, I can do it. I can pitch to investors.